Hello, readers of Every Word, and welcome to Every Word 365. I'm your host, Christina Munoz-Madsen, and today we're reading Ezekiel 37 through 39. Who remembers this song from when they were a kid? The hip bone connected to the knee bone, dem bones, dem dry bones. I remember it. Did you know it was a biblical story? I didn't. Of course I didn't realize that, but I love the analogy that we are all dry bones, just walking around until God breathes life into us after we give our lives to Christ, of course. So I'm including a link to that song in case you remember it as a kid, and of course a link from Got Questions about these dry bones in the valley. The reviving of the dry bones signified God's plan for Israel's future national restoration. The vision also, and most importantly, showed that Israel's new life depended on God's power and not the circumstances of the people. Putting breath by God's Spirit into the bones showed that God would not only restore them physically, but also spiritually. The Israelites residing in the Holy Land today are not the fulfillment of this prophecy. It will be fulfilled when God regathers believing Israelites to the land and Christ returns to establish his millennial kingdom. I also encourage you to do what today's Daily Walk suggests. Have you ever written down your story of faith, your testimony? I hadn't until I started this Bible study and wanted to share my story with all of you. And if you remember, that's how I started the study, was by sending you my written testimony. It is great to relive it through the written word. So I challenge you to not only write it down, but to share it with someone as your assignment. See if you can do that and share with us if you do. And here's more on Gog and Magog in case you're interested in learning more. Gog and Magog appear in Ezekiel 38, 39, and in Revelation 20, 7 through 8. While these two passages use the same names, a close study of Scripture clearly demonstrates they do not refer to the same people and events. The events are separated by at least 1,000 years. In Ezekiel's prophecy, Gog will be the leader of a great army that attacks the land of Israel, which is peaceful and unsuspecting at the time. Gog is described as of the land of Magog, the prince of Rosh, Meshech, and Tubal. When will Ezekiel's battle of Gog and Magog occur? There are a couple of theories, and I've got all of those listed in this link. By the way, I've always said Gog and Magog. I heard a podcast from Tara Lee Cobble that says she says Gog, so it doesn't get confused with God. This is why I put a heavy G on my Gog and Magog. Tomorrow is Ezekiel 40 through 43. Happy reading! This episode is made possible in part by Arkansas Filter. Arkansas Filter has been serving the state of Arkansas for over 40 years. They sell and service a full suite of commercial, industrial, and residential filters. They are also one of the largest suppliers of UV lights, gates, belts, and HVAC chemicals and cleaners. They partner with HVAC and engineering firms to provide a variety of services and pride themselves on customer service both during and after the sale. Go to arkansasfilter.net, and of course we've included a link in the podcast description.